Piers Morgan has accused Paula Vennells of having crocodile tears after she broke down twice during day one of the post office inquiry on Wednesday. Ahead of giving evidence, Paula kicked things off with an apology to those affected by the Horizon IT scandal, which saw hundreds of sub-postmasters wrongfully convicted between 1999 and 2015. In a clip from the inquiry, the former boss was seen breaking down in tears upon acknowledging that what she had told MPs and colleagues in one meeting about prosecutions of sub-postmasters wasn't true. Addressing her words, she began to say, "I fully accept now that the post office, excuse me," before she paused to reach for a tissue to wipe away her tears. After getting herself together again, she continued, "The post office knew that, I completely accept it. Personally, I didn't know that. I am incredibly sorry that that happened to those people and to so many others." Responding to the tearful clip on his X page this afternoon, Piers, 59, didn't hold back on his true feelings towards Paula's crying, as he wrote, "Oh, spare me the crocodile tears," alongside a rolling eyes emoji. Within minutes of sharing his opinion, many of his 8.7 million followers flocked to his post to share their thoughts. One wrote, "Contradiction after contradiction. She never thought she'd end up here." A second commented, "She's not sorry at all, she's sorry she's been caught." Another suggested the case should be carefully managed as she is a vulnerable human being. Hundreds of sub-postmasters were sent to prison and many suffered financial hardship due to the IT error, which made it seem as though money had been stolen from various post office branches. Paula was the chief executive of the post office from 2012 to 2019, which included the last few years of the scandal. In the same year that her reign ended, former postmaster Alan Bates led the Justice for Sub-Postmasters Alliance, which won a high court case against the post office. His story was told in the ITV drama Mr. Bates vs. the Post Office, which prompted calls for Paula to have her CBE stripped. As mounting pressure increased, she later handed back her CBE and said in a statement at the time, "I am truly sorry for the devastation caused to the sub-postmasters and their families, whose lives were torn apart by being wrongly accused and wrongly prosecuted as a result of the Horizon system." After the scandal was brought to the screens, Piers expressed his rage for those whose lives were affected by the IT error. Taking to his page, he wrote at the time, "The post office scandal is an absolute disgrace, and Alan Bates is an absolute hero. Where is the accountability for the shameful way these poor sub-postmasters were treated?" he added. As part of the inquiry today, Paula claimed she wasn't aware for several years that the post office was conducting its own prosecutions. She also broke down in tears again after Jason Beer KC brought up sub-postmaster Mr. Griffith taking his own life after being wrongly pursued for more than £60,000. Paula said she is deeply sorry for Mr. Griffith's death and said it had been difficult to write about, while noting how much harder it must have been for Mrs. Griffiths and her family.